Welcome everyone back to Harsher Hoops, brought to you by the Unapologetic Sports Network. I'm your host, Anthony. This is my co-host, McCaven. McCaven, how you doing today?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Showcasing my other Lakers hoodie. I feel way better now.
Yeah. Well, the first round of playoffs literally just concluded like a few minutes ago. The Raptors just lost to the Cavaliers.
Mm.
So we are going to preview round two. But before we get into round two, how would you grade or what's your feelings in this first round of playoffs? How did you feel about it?
Overall, this is the best basketball I've watched all season. Hands
Yeah.
down, officiating, the actual on court play, the coaching, like every single level, and even fan engagement. To me, this has been the absolute best, like all year long. Um, when I say year, I mean the NBA season year. So that's just my takeaway from it. This first round, really, really good. From like the only series where you just got like, okay, typical, like it was just the OKC Suns. Like it was the typical 1-8 matchup.
I mean, that was the quickest series we got out of there. It was
Mhm.
over really quickly. Yeah, I don't know if it's a record or anything like that, but it was 6 game 6s out of 8 series. And then 3 of those game 6s then got forced to game 7.
Yep.
And then, like I said, well, I know this is a record. This is the first time it's ever happened in NBA history where two teams came back down 3-1 in the same round, two different teams. So that was, that's pretty. Like I mean, I don't know if you know or have your series predictions from the first round, but I'm pretty. There was a few of them. I mean, I was pretty much wrong on the number, except for one series, the Cavs versus Raptors. I knew that was going 7. I had Cavs in 7 from the jump. Knicks Hawks, I had Knicks in 5. It was Knicks in 6, so wasn't off there. Pistons versus Magic, I had Pistons in 5 or 4. The Pistons still won, so
Mhm.
shout out to them. Took them way longer than they needed to.
Yeah.
Lakers Rockets, I had Rockets in 6, but that was before Kevin Durant was hurt. So we
Okay.
know I switched after that. Nuggets Timberwolves, I had Nuggets winning that in 5. Spurs Blazers had Spurs in 6. They actually won in 5. I had the Thunder in 5 or 6. I had that in. Oh yeah, it was Thunder versus Suns. I had the Thunder in 5 or 6, and then probably my personal favorite and the most surprising series. Not surprising because I didn't think they could do it, but surprising just the way it happened was the Sixers beating the Celtics in 7. Um, Before I actually talk to that about that series, who do you think are the biggest winners and losers of the first round?
I think the biggest winner of the first round, surprisingly enough, is Detroit. I think Detroit is the biggest
Hmm.
winner of the first round. Yeah, I think them going down 3-1 to the Magic, getting hit in the mouth like that, and then coming back and winning the series, and now they get to continue. And guess what? Detroit is they're battle tested now, seriously battle tested now. I think they come out of this first round being a big winner, and I I mean we're going to get into their series coming up here. Um, yeah, I'm expecting a lot of different things out of them moving forward. The biggest loser, um, I think it's us, the Lakers. I think the Lakers are the biggest loser in the first round. Yeah, we should have got through with that series. Honestly, in 4, but definitely in 5. I think going 6 games hurts us. In addition to the Luca injury news is just not good. So
Yeah, the biggest loser to me. Ooh, funny thing, there's a few different losers. There's some losers, man. NBA Twitter is this is the best time to be on NBA Twitter, man. Everyone is getting slandered. Um, I mean the Nuggets. Here's the thing: the Nuggets were the biggest loser until the Celtics were,
oh really?
right? Well, the Nuggets were the favorite in their series, right? but they went down 3-1. So I mean, they shouldn't have went down 3-1. They're too good of a team to. Well, at least they should have been too good of a team to do that, which they clearly weren't. Plus, with Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo getting hurt in the same game, the game that put them down 3-1, when they had like this was a roster that was built to win, and they don't. We'll talk about how their offseason might go later. Once we're talking about playoff teams right now. We're not talking about these teams out for real, but. Yeah, them losing with the best player in the world, or what you think is, or Shay.
Yeah.
You had Jokic above Wemby, which Wemby's still in the playoffs, so. But they were the biggest losers. But then the Celtics blew a 3-1 lead. The Celtics became the biggest losers. Because them going up 3-1 was like one. Jason Tatum coming back, and they was having such a feel good year anyways. Jason Tatum come back, and it's about to be like, oh, they're about to go off into the, East wide open. It's supposed to be a gap year. They go up 3-1 against Philly. They're feeling real good. And then they lose the next two, and then Jason Tatum gets hurt, and then doesn't even play Game 7, and they end up blowing a 3-1 lead on their home floor to a team that they've been whooping their ass since 1982. They ain't lost a series against Philly since 1982. So they're the biggest loser. And then the Magic, I want to say, is a big loser, but no one wanted them here. No one cared. The fact they even went up 3-1 to begin with is kind of like it's the most anticlimactic 3-1 comeback ever. Like I don't think anyone actually cares.
Yeah, nobody. I know for a fact I did not want to see the Magic in the next round. So
I was starting to think like, am I going to have to think about the Magic in the next round? But I'm glad Detroit got them out of there. Right. It shouldn't have took that long.
Yeah, I'm surprised that your Boston take on Boston. Tatum went. Tatum didn't play Game 7. If Tatum plays, they win that game in my opinion. But
maybe.
But I don't think Boston is the biggest loser. I'm surprised on that take. The way I see it, Boston's in a really good position moving forward, especially with how Jason Tatum looks because coming off that Achilles injury, right? He just looks just like Jason Tatum. So I think they're in a good spot moving forward.
I mean, the main reason, like I said, is just because with the East being as wide open as it is, and then them having Tatum, which he was healthy before he got hurt, and then couldn't play the last game, which they were still in the playoffs. We'll probably get more information about how like that injury is going or whatever. But I mean, it was a calf injury that the calf injuries have been leading to Achilles injury, so it's like sit him down for sure. But it's like it's because they went up 3-1, and then because they lost to who I think is the biggest winner, which is Philly. But it's more so Philly because of the Embiid thing. Because for me, this is Embiid's chance, right? At least for the Eastern Conference to get through this. I mean, the Bucks with Milwaukee, Giannis ain't here. The Celtics are gone. Who else is out of here? It was somebody else I had in mind, but the Pacers aren't in the playoffs. There's that team that's been dominating. It's the Pistons, the Cavs, and the Knicks are the three teams. The other three teams in the playoffs. They got to play against the Knicks, who they lost to. The 76ers lost to the Knicks a few years ago, but Embiid was hooping very well. He was hurt. He had he couldn't really see out one of his eyes or whatever the case can be. I think them making to the next round, this is their chance, because the boogeyman with the Celtics, they just got past them. But then also with the Celtics, I mean, them living and dying by that 3-ball, I think is something that they might have to address, because this is outside of the year they won. This has been that way they've lost every single year, just losing by the 3-ball. And I mean, I'm not here because a lot of people online are trying to discredit everyone's championship that's at the playoffs. The Nuggets championship is getting discredited. The Celtics championship is getting discredited. listen, them teams won the championships, but when you see the way these teams have been in the years after the championship, it's like that one run seemed like it was kind of fluky considering how these teams are going out. But that's we could talk about that stuff later. So second round of the playoffs is now set.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start in the East or the West?
Let's start with that San Antonio, Minnesota.
Okay, I think that has the potential to be the least interesting series considering the injuries on the Timberwolves side.
Really?
Well, if Anthony Edwards isn't going to be 100%, of all the other series, just from the team going against each other standpoint. Now, I know there's one series that might not be as interesting basketball wise, but with Ant not being 100% healthy starting out, I mean, it says he's questionable for game one.
Yeah, it's a game time decision.
Yeah, so it must have just got upgraded that from the last time I seen it, which was just a few hours ago.
So,
which for me, if Anthony Edwards is not going to be 100% healthy, I think this series has the potential of being the shortest. There's another series that might be able to be just as short, but I have Spurs in 6 with anticipation that Anthony Edwards is going to play.
Yeah, I agree. I have Spurs in 6. I think, Minnesota, they got, Jaden McDaniels, man.
Hey, man, who knows what? Hey, Jaden McDaniels go out there and call out Wemby. I'm not saying he ain't going to go out there and do what he's saying he's going to do. Just, hey.
Oh, man.
He said everything
Wemby plays defense. He can't call Wemby out like that, Wemby.
Hey, he called out a whole team and he proved himself right. I don't know what he, what I'm saying. I don't know what he's capable at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got San Antonio in 6. I think Minnesota does give San Antonio, a little run for their money in a couple games. And once I saw Anthony Edwards got upgraded to a game time decision, I mean, if he's granted, I didn't feel like he was 100% in the Denver series.
And so he wasn't, which I mean, he's not. I don't even think. Let's say because it was his left knee, he hyperextended. Let's say that knee is 100%. His right knee was still hurt, right? And even if the right knee is 100%, then the left one, both legs might be compromised right now. But I mean, he was playing off the right one, so we'll see how
the
other one is
going. We'll see if he could give them. He was trying to get around that 18-point mark somewhere. A little bit more here, a little bit less. But if he's around 18 points, this one probably is going to go 7. Unless for some reason Minnesota is a team that is just built off of runs. So if they start just going on runs, they're going to be hard. It's going to be hard for San Antonio to beat them.
Yeah, I put if Ant is healthy, the Wolves could win.
Yeah,
I actually kind of like, as a person who's rooting for the Spurs in this run, I'm actually nervous with this matchup, considering that I think the Wolves, could match up very well with the Spurs. Just with the they got Rudy, which I don't think Rudy's going to guard Wemby directly. I think they're going to use Rudy to roam around. Just because if Wemby's on the 3-point line, putting Rudy all the way out there is going to, your whole defense is going to get tore apart. And then if they had Anthony Edwards, they would have another guard, which he's not. He's toned down his defense over the years. He's become more of an offensive player, but he still has the potential to, for any given possession or any stretch of possessions to lock in defensively. And because right now, without Anthony Edwards, Adesumu and Jaden McDaniels will be the only two to really try to stop the guards on the San Antonio Spurs, which I don't have any concerns necessarily about like them two being able to guard, but it's just like with them having the 3 rotation of guards at any given night, one of them could have it. Even the rookie, Dylan Harper could have it. He had a game in the playoffs. And all it takes is for somebody to get hot from 3, whether that's one of the 3 guards or Wemby, or just anybody else on the team, and that can just open up the whole thing for the team. So I think them starting out the series potentially undermanned. I mean, they're undermanned without Dante, in the whole series at all. But
Yeah,
so they're missing that shooting there.
yeah, I was
And
about to
then
say.
Anthony Edwards isn't 100%. It's going to be hard to probably potentially make up that gap because the Spurs team is pretty much whole. It's going to be
Yeah,
like they have to really try to beat the Spurs.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a difficult one, and yeah, you notated on the Dante and DiVincenzo, and it's not only shooting. Especially in the playoffs, it's consistent shooting that they're missing now. Like that,
Mm-hmm.
he's a consistent shot, 3-point shot maker, and that's that. Sometimes that's going to hurt them. So yeah, I'm interested to definitely see the. Honestly, the first. I'm more so interested to see the first three games, not just like the first two. I want to see the first three games because I do want to see Minnesota at home. Obviously, if Minnesota grabs one on the road, then I only will need to see the first two because I just need to see how San Antonio responds. Whether if they do like grab game one or something, but if Minnesota doesn't, then I'll just need to see the first three games, and then that series will really tell that. I think the first three games will tell it all. Whether if Minnesota's up 2-1, or if Minnesota's down 2-1, or if a team is down 3-0. So
Yeah, and then San Antonio, the game is in San Antonio tomorrow at 8:30.
mm-hmm.
So a relatively quick turnaround for the. Let me see. Well, no, the Timberwolves
No,
last played on Thursday. So
yeah,
it's a few days, but then let me see. Ooh, San
Philly
Antonio's last
has a
game was Tuesday. So I
yeah.
mean, there's the potential of the. I was trying to see if it was like okay, rust on one team side, but then it's like they both kind of been chilling for a little bit now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These
Um,
two teams been chilling. Philly is kind of like it's a quick turnaround for Philly. I think they
yeah,
played
we
the
we could
Philly.
talk about that one next. 'Cause that game also happened tomorrow.
Yeah,
But and you said you had San Antonio 6 in that series, right?
yes, San Antonio 6. Yep, I'm
Okay.
right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Well, then in the Philly versus New York series, which might be the series that I might be the most interested in this series personally.
Yeah, that's a bad draw for New York, man. That's a bad draw.
Um, because okay, who do you got?
I have New York in 6.
Mm,
I do not love this if it goes 7.
I have
Obviously, if it
Philly in
goes 7, it
6.
goes back to New York, but I don't love it if it goes 7.
Yeah, I got Philly in 6. Now I almost put Philly in 7, but I don't know. I just some told me like, just go 6. Philly in 6. I think the way Philly just played against Boston, um, I don't think Boston will be an easier team to beat than New York. I think New York will be a harder team to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for Philly, beating Boston is like a taller mountain to climb, if that makes sense. Especially because they were down 3-1. Now, last series, Embiid didn't play the first 3 games. So I remember it was game 3. Philly should have beat Boston that game. They actually should have been up 2-1, and then Embiid came back in game 4 and they lost that game. That's how they ended up going down 3-1. But Embiid was 3-1 in that series. Now, in the worst case scenario, they're about to win the game. Tyrese Maxey falls to Embiid's knee. I'm just like, that's not what you need. Imagine when the Lakers are about to beat the Rockets, and then LeBron twists his ankle. Like at that point, do you even want to win anymore? It's just like if he's hurt, it's like damn, we ain't about to. We about to move on to the next round. But
Man,
no, I do think that this could go either way. It really could. I personally got Philly. Like I really want this for Embiid. I really do. But I think, like I said, that them getting that monkey off their back, them coming back down 3-1. I mean, we just seen the Knicks was playing with their food a little bit,
yeah,
with the Hawks. I think they should
yep,
have got the Hawks out of there a lot quicker.
yep.
Um, and then can Cat guard Embiid?
I think I think he can do just enough to take care of the series in 6. Like I said, I think I think, like you said, New York was playing with their food in the first round. I think they're done with that. I think they're locked in. Like, hey, we cannot f around no more. We have to be locked in. And I honestly think, I think New York ends up going up like 3-1, and and then it just gets, and then they just, close off the game in game six. So I actually think that they have a good get up 3-1. They'll lose one more, and then game six, get this series over with.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Philly just has too many like players that can. I think they match up very well. I mean, they got both teams got a guard, right? Maxi versus Brunson, which I think Maxi will win that matchup just because Brunson will not be able to guard Maxi. Maxi will be able to guard Brunson way better. Even though I don't think Maxi's gonna be able to guard Brunson either, but you know,
Yeah.
at this point, which is offensively, Paul George won't be able to make up for what OG and Mikal are doing now. If Mikal's playing like how he was playing, it maybe, but I don't think PG alone can make up for both of them. But like both of them wasn't always having good games, right? I think they'll be able to switch, put PG on one of them, whoever's having a better game, and put Kelly Oubre on the other, and then maybe switch that occasionally. They also got VJ who will be guarding VJ? Josh Hart, maybe? If VJ's hitting, look, literally, if VJ hit threes, they haven't lost in the playoffs. And then Cat, I don't know if he can guard Embiid, especially Embiid gonna get Cat in foul trouble. Cat loves a foul.
But
Right.
but Embiid probably cannot guard Cat on the opposite end either.
I think
Cat's more mobile.
Cat is more mobile, and Cat's been playing very well these playoffs, but Embiid he's still a really good defender, especially in the playoffs. He's always been a really good defender still. The offense can wane sometimes, especially when he is hurt. So hopefully he has his legs fully under him. Because if he does, I think Philly could win this series, and then past that, they could keep on going. We'll see. Okay, so you got Knicks in 6. I got Philly in 6. That's gonna be an interesting series right there. Can't wait to see that one. That starts tomorrow. Let's go to the other series in the East. Pistons versus Cavs. Now, this series is the final series that was finally set. Funny enough, both these teams just played in game 7 today, so they're gonna have equal amount of rest for when they play on
Tuesday. Should be.
No, they play Wednesday.
They play Wednesday. No.
Oh, maybe it doesn't have it updated because the game's just finished.
Okay,
it might be Wednesday then.
It should be Tuesday
or Tuesday.
Yeah, it should be Tuesday.
Which that is a quick turnaround, but both teams did just play game 7.
Hey,
and luckily for both teams, they don't have to travel far. I mean, Detroit gets to stay where they at, and Cleveland just got to go right up the street to Detroit.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for this series?
So I think this is a horrible draw for Cleveland. I have Detroit in 5. I think this is a horrible draw. I didn't love what I saw from Cleveland. Like we talked about in our last video, it was a home series. Exactly what I predicted. It was a home series. It just kept going back and forth home. I think this is a horrible draw because, as I just talked about, I think Detroit is the biggest winner from round 1, and I think they got a huge wake-up call. And I think they're going to be laser focused in moving forward. And I think they actually take care of business and get rid of Cleveland in 5.
See, I put here Pistons in 7, but I put it because I'm like, okay, I got the Pistons winning. I just don't know. It's like, can the Cavs win? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not super convinced with Cleveland either. I mean, I had them going 7 with the Raptors, not because I thought the Raptors were going to actually beat them. More so, I'm just like, do I trust them to get the Raptors out of there as quick as they should? And they didn't. The Pistons also though should not have went 7 with Detroit or with the Magic.
With the Magic.
So both teams have disappointed, but then made up for their disappointment. It is very fitting that both teams did play 7 games, but I ultimately did go with the Pistons because the Pistons will be able to replicate what the Raptors did to the Cavs better than the Cavs can replicate what the Magic did to the Pistons.
Right.
And because honestly, what the Pistons were dealing with were they're playing against a team that can play just like them, but he'd be more physical.
Right.
They're about to play against a team that's nowhere near as physical as that, and a team that can't handle the same amount of physicality. So I mean,
I don't know. Watching the game tonight, who would you say was the best player for Cleveland?
I mean, I was kind of half watching it, but
probably Jared Allen.
It started being Jared Allen in that second half. Overall, I think James Harden was the best player for the Cavs overall for the series.
Oh yeah. James Harden. I got to give props to James Harden.
It's so crazy how if they lost the series, James Harden would have got all the blame. But Donovan Mitchell get to skate by.
Donovan Mitchell should get a lot of blame. That's what I was exactly about to point out.
They won, so they're not gonna do it.
True, they did. They're not gonna do it. But that's what I was about to point out. Like Cleveland is not gonna win the series if Jared Allen is their best player. Jared Allen being their best player, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, right? And yeah, Donovan Mitchell has not been their best player. And I mean, you take away Toronto, who has great defenders, right? And then you just substitute another team who's really great on defense and physical. Like what else do you think is about to happen? So yeah, I think they take
it sucks because Donovan Mitchell and James Harden just had to deal with Scotty Barnes all series, and they're about to have to deal with Asar. It's like, and Asar might be a better perimeter. I think Scotty's a better overall defender, but guard on perimeter, that boy Asar be putting people in jail. Man, it's gonna be scary. I still got Pistons 7. Honestly, I am closer to maybe saying Pistons 6. I don't think I'll go completely 5 because I think that the Pistons offense, can just. I think the Cavs have an offense that could do something that Orlando couldn't do, but I think the Pistons defense could try to prevent them from doing that. I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. It's one of the things where it's like a lot of people are basically like, "Hey, if the Cavs lose, they gotta do this, then the third." But it's like the Cavs losing wouldn't be a surprise to anybody if they did. Yeah. Right? If anything, them winning would be the surprise. Yeah. Which in most years we get to a second round where it's two teams that just like one of these teams gotta make the conference finals.
Yeah.
And you're looking at two teams and just like of the two teams, I'd rather be the Pistons.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which will make my prediction correct about them making it to the conference finals. So that's what I'm actually rooting for. Then the last series we got is Thunder versus Lakers. I'll go ahead and let you start with that.
I got us in 7.
Of course you do.
Lakers in 7, man. This ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be probably the most difficult like time to watch my Lakers ever, like all season. This is gonna be rough, man. Like not having Luka against OKC, man, this is gonna be rough. I'm eager to see our game plan. I think we had a fantastic, outstanding game plan against you guys, the Rockets. I'm really
hard to
eager to see it. True, because you guys don't have the shooting, so I'm eager to see what this game plan is. Like, how do we come out? What's the energy? Is it just like what's the role players? Because we're on the road as well. Like we know it's not a home series for us, so we're on the road, and so it's like, are the role players like, oh, LeBron save us, or are they coming out ready to play, ready to contribute? So I do have the Lakers in 7.
Yeah, I got Thunder in 5. Now I'm trying to look up. Jalen Williams is hurt. He has a hamstring injury. It's a grade 1 hamstring, so not the worst, but it is a hamstring injury, so that can be very finicky. He's not going to be a complete timetable on him, but also, I mean, there's no timetable on Luke at all. So as far as I'm concerned, you guys are going to play this series without him. And with that being said, you guys won't have, unless Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard can do what they did in the first 2 games against Houston. I don't think you guys have a chance at all, because you guys won't have enough ball handling to, like, they're going to hound. Now, not having Jada, there's one less dog to hound y'all, but there's still other dogs that's attacking. So it's just like,
Yeah. More
and
so.
I
Go ahead.
go ahead. Oh, okay. I'm interested to see how they're gonna need LeBron to be like his best Magic Johnson impression ever. Like LeBron got to just be diming, you know. They're gonna just wait for LeBron to pass the ball because
Yeah, they
LeBron
can't.
could. They're gonna let LeBron. You can drop all you want. You're gonna have to kick out to somebody, and they're gonna dare y'all to shoot. They're
And
gonna dare y'all to shoot.
we're gonna lose the game that way, man. More so, I want Luke Kennard to repeat game one with a little bit consistency. Like that's more like Marcus Smart offensive stuff. That stuff that's once in a blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Type of
Yeah,
stuff. Luke Kennard has the ability to do it somewhat consistently, and maybe not 27, right? But maybe 20, maybe 18, right?
I think a cool like 15 and 18 is what he should try to give y'all. Now there was
Right.
some games he was, where was he at? But I mean, I listen. They have too many guys, and then you guys defensively. I mean,
Oh my God.
who's guarding Shea?
The zone. The zone defense we gonna run. That's who's guarding everybody. It's the zone defense.
Because I mean, it. Do I think? Do I think Chet can? All right, is DeAndre Ayton gonna be on Chet or is he gonna be on Isaiah Hartenstein? Because
He gonna be on the baseline. He gonna be on the baseline, trying to step out of the paint to avoid the defensive 3 seconds in the zone. That's where he gonna be. I'm telling we gonna be in the zone. I know we gonna be in the zone.
I mean, that's probably your best bet. Which I mean, OKC shooting isn't the most consistent either.
Mm-hmm.
But they have one guy who is very consistent at getting a bucket, and he might get you out that zone himself, right?
Yeah. The it's every time we play every time we play OKC, the one person who just opens up the game for OKC is Lou Dort. Every time for some
Yeah,
reason he makes shots against us and he opens up the floodgates for OKC every single time. There are
because
two people
if he's hitting
particularly.
threes, you can't leave anybody open.
Right.
Not that anybody else on the team is like elite shooters, but he's the guy that you're willing to leave open. But because he doesn't just always like. I feel like whenever he hits one, oh, he's gonna hit like 4 this game,
Right.
and it's like you can't live with him hitting 4 threes.
Right. And
Especially because he's gonna be pushing y'all the whole game, not getting foul called. So it's like that's leaving points on the other end. That's just a swing right there. You know what
there
I
you
mean?
go. Yeah, in my opinion, there in this series, in my opinion, for the Lakers, it's gonna come down to two people. I feel like that's one, Lou Dort, as we just talked about. If he is making threes, like you said, you can't leave him open. You have to attend to him defensively. Like, okay, yep, I have to close out, or I have to, make sure I know where Lou Dort is. And then secondly, AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell, I think is going to be a very important piece in this series because whether with J-Dub being out, I don't know how they're shifting their starting lineup and whatnot and stuff. So whether he's starting or coming off the bench, um like that's the important key piece. I think that does a lot of scoring and stuff. Whether it's off the bench, he just provides those extra role player points that teams really look for in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Those
he can create
pieces,
off the
man.
dribble as well. He's not just a
Exactly.
catch and shoot. Because him and Jerry McCain. Now Jerry McCain be up and down, but if Jerry McCain's having the game, it's also like they
Hmm.
got another person that's off the dribble scoring for y'all for them. It's like it's gonna be hard for y'all to defend. And then they gonna I don't know, they gonna have Shea on Rui, right? Yeah, they're gonna have Shea they're gonna need Rui to really try to go at Shea. I don't know if Rui gonna be consistent enough at that. Not to that match. It's gonna be Shea gonna have 31. Rui gonna have 12. It's just like, yeah, that matchup is terrible right there. Um, I don't know. I think you guys are gonna, you know, it's gonna be unfortunate. You guys are gonna it's gonna be ugly. I think some of them losses y'all gonna have are gonna be so ugly. Yeah, especially gonna be the last game of the night. Some nights, especially games in LA, it's gonna be Lakers being down by 35 going into the fourth quarter. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed on this one.
Hey, Lakers in 7, man. We gonna have some rough ones. We're gonna have some rough ones in there for sure. But yeah, Lakers in 7, man.
Hey man, if y'all could sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10:15. It's late. If you guys can get to the free throw line, if you guys can come out, punch them in the mouth, probably try to have Marcus Smart just go out there and just tackle Lou Dort, first possession of the game. Maybe you guys can get the rest on your side, but that wasn't OKC so strong. You guys are gonna, get in foul trouble. And then if you guys are behind the 8 ball and Shea just got a bonus to play with, yeah, it's cooked for you guys. Getting guys out there in foul trouble. And then Reeves is gonna need to get that whistle. He ain't getting it yet. GG's. Because y'all ain't got no one else because LeBron's not about to be. By last series, he had some good scoring games, but this ain't 2018 no more. LeBron's not just giving 40-something points.
Yeah.
A night. I actually seen LeBron actually was the last player to give OKC 40, but that happened in 2023. So it's been a long time since somebody even did that to him. So yeah, I think I got Thunder in 5. It honestly was unfortunate whoever came out of that Houston versus LA series. It was just like somebody's gonna get blitzed regardless. OKC also was a winner for the first round, but they were a winner just getting the first seed. Decide the bracket. They were a conference finals waiting to happen. Regardless. So I mean, yes. So with that being said, I'll have Thunder versus Spurs in the conference final, which I already had that set to begin with. But then I'll have Sixers versus Pistons in the conference finals. That'll be interesting.
Nah, man. Detroit, New York in the conference finals, and then us in San Antonio.
Yeah, nah. And watch this conference finals be Lakers, Wolves, and then
oh my god,
76ers, their Knicks cat. I don't know. But this whole thing could be because I also seen the Wolves ain't never lost a second round series. Now they only been there a few times, but they never lost the second round.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
That's
a whole lot
work,
of history
man. That's
and things going on in these playoffs. But yeah, I mean the first round was I think a W for the NBA. I think that's as good as a first round you can ask for. People on Twitter are looking at this first round like, man, I can't believe we had 4 straight years knowing the same two teams gonna make it to the finals. Can't believe we lived through that, and now we're here, right? Well, we don't know who's gonna make what. So yeah, man, it's been real good for the playoffs. Been real good for the NBA. Can't wait to watch this next round starting tomorrow. So we will go ahead and get out here tonight because it is 10:18. I am tired. But with all that being said, well, actually, do you have anything else?
Nope. Ready to get this.
All right, man. With all that being said, man, I want to say thank you for watching the videos. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Do I got a banner? I think I can do this now. Hold on. Where it go? Open the banners up.
Yeah,
no?
Man,
oh, never mind. Never mind. I can't do it. We'll figure it out. But anyway, like, subscribe, everybody. This has been Hard Truth Hoops brought to you by Unapologetic Sports Network. Thanks for watching. Peace.